Hey there, hope you're doing well. Welcome to this third fully narrated tutorial video. And I'm making this video because I've just reached 40 patrons, yay! And those 40 patrons then voted what arrangement from my channel they wanted to see a fully narrated tutorial on, and they voted this one. And soon after that I even reached 50 patrons. That means there will be another full tutorial coming soon. And if you like this one, you want to see another one like this about an arrangement from my channel, you can consider becoming a patron and you can vote. Right, those who fight further. Right, so as you can hear from my playing, this is one of the harder arrangements on my channel. It's a boss theme, so it has to be quick and energetic and rhythmically tight. But that's kind of hard because we as pianists don't have an accompanying band to play the rhythm for us, so we have to do it all by ourselves. The most important thing before we start doing any notes is the rhythmical feel. Just like I did with the Hybrid Castle tutorial video. If you've got the rhythmical feel down, then all the other information will fall into place. So the rhythmical feel for this piece, it's a kind of a blues rock, so it's a shuffle feel. And if you've read the sheet music, I've written this down in 12/8, but you can also feel it as a 4/4 measure. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right in English, with a shuffle feel. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A triplet feel, I should say. Let's try to make a simple nugget and repeat that a few times to get this feeling right. And we're going to take the very first piece of this arrangement for that. Etc. And also try to give it a little bit of an accent, right? So on every beat, just a little bit more volume. And in this figure, the triplet feel has been divided into two hands, and you'll see that a lot in this piece, in all kinds of different configurations. Alright, so this A part is a combination of two figures really. The one we just practiced, and the blues run that comes in the second bar. Which is a tricky one. Practice it, isolate it until you've got it down. Then, starting from the fifth bar, we play the exact same thing again, but then in the key of C minor instead of A minor. And then there's a repeat with the right hand an octave higher. So that's the A part really. The challenge is playing it powerful and tightly. Right. Then we get to the first kind of organ run in the piece. this one has a combination of rising and falling patterns, so that's kind of cute, like. Sometimes you play from low to high, and sometimes from high to low. From downward, from upward, downward, upward. That's another tricky one. Really isolate that one as well. First in the slow tempo. You can even practice it all the way up the keyboard. So the left hand is like a condensed version of this triplet feel. You can hear the accents I'm making, right? So if we're counting this as if it's in a 4 beat measure, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. So try to give those ones a little bit of accent so we get the power we need. Combining the two hands and those final 2 bars of the B part, so measures 13 and 14, the rhythm is kind of tricky to really play it tightly. So you can combine those things slowly. Alright, so the knowledge we have gathered from the B part will bring us very far rhythmically, because the left hand pattern, is more or less repeated throughout a lot of this arrangement. The C part then is the trickiest one. This is where the organ run comes in. Uematsu is famously inspired by 1970s prog rock, and in 1970s prog rock they loved their Bach-like organ solos, often with 2 voices on the 2 keyboards of an organ. Of course we only have 1 keyboard, so I had to reduce it a little bit. So I'm going to play this slowly and try not to mess it up. This gets tricky on higher tempos, so I'd recommend first those first 4 bars of the C part. Before you get to the second one. Whew! Yeah, the left hand plays a really nice It's really satisfying once you get the hang of it, but whoo! Alright, then we go to the D part, and that's where the bombastic part comes in. which is my favorite part, especially after the entire that you can finally relax a bit and just groove a little. Right, so the pattern I just ended on is one of my favorite rock accompaniments on a piano. The left hand is a variation on what we played already in the B part. That was da 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 da. This one's a little bit different. This one is da 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 da. So it's all like a skipping rhythm with da 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 da. And then the right hand interlocks a little and also combines a bit to give it some extra texture. So to play that slowly, and it's the rhythm in the 24th bar I'm talking about. Just like earlier, try to give it an accent on every beat. So starting from D. The E part doesn't contain a lot of new information. The left hand just keeps on playing the variation on the accompaniment we just learned in D. So and there in 34 we have the exact same accompanying rhythm as we had earlier in D in 24. The second part of E is the same thing, but there are some extra chords that are a translation of a string line in the original. Just for your info, by the way, this arrangement is based on the original 1997 version of the boss theme. In the Final Fantasy VII remake there's lots of new versions, which all are really grand and epic sounding, but I always will have a soft spot for this prog rock version. So those rising string lines are also in the right hand, starting from bar 39. Okay, then we get to the ending. There's some jumps in the right hand, starting from bar 47. And the left hand complicates matters a bit, because the left hand already starts playing the motif from the A part. So and the combination, for some reason, is a tricky one. So try to do that slowly. And starting from bar 47, it's like earlier in the piece, it's arpeggios that should just be practiced. isolated so you can get used to the jumps. Right, and then there's the turnaround. We're going to repeat from the third bar. So suddenly now you have to switch from and that's tricky. So that takes a little bit of getting used to as well. Etc. Thanks for watching, good luck with practicing this piece, and I'm sure one of you will ultimately play this much better than I do, and I look forward to hearing that. So best of luck and see you next time.